vision boards in the past, and my vision boards were always just a poster board with little cutouts on them, either pinned to it, taped to it. For some people it doesn't matter, but for me, after a while, it just was not effective anymore. To be honest, even from the inception of it, it wasn't really and truly effective. I just found pictures and just put them on there of things that I liked online without any real thought to the vision, which is the most important thing here. And to be fair, those times I wasn't really even sure about my vision, like what my vision was for my life. It's taken me quite some time to figure it out, and truth be told, I am still figuring it out. You know, I'm 24 and older people are still trying to figure their lives out. Like it's an ever evolving cycle of learning new things about yourself and shedding old things about yourself, keeping some, filtering. And that's really and truly what my vision boards were in the past. Just boards with pictures on it with no real emotional connection. It never really drove me to do anything that I wanted to do. But it's always interesting to revisit these vision boards years later or just some time later to really see where your head was at. So I think one of the biggest mistakes we make when we're creating vision boards is that we focus on things. When I used to make vision boards when I was younger, I found that I would oftentimes just slap a bunch of things that I wanted. So like the car, the house, the dog, the yacht, the everything, you know, the material things. But I find that if I'm going to make something that I'm going to look at every day, every single day that I wake up, I'm going to walk by it, I'm going to see it, I want to remind myself of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture to me, and I think it should be the bigger picture for us, is the person that we want to be, like our values, our character, the things that keep us going, anything that represents that person that you want to be, the values that you want to uphold. Put it on there, because it's not just about the outward things that you want to manifest in your life. It's also about the inner things, the things that you have to work on the inside. It takes developing that to work on anything beyond ourselves. And if you want to live life with a purpose, like, you have to treat yourself like a living, breathing human being who has purpose, and that takes learning things about yourself and, you know, shedding old beliefs and value systems that no longer apply to the person that you want to be or the person that you are becoming. So yeah, I think that should be on our vision board in some way, whether it's through quotes, poems, you know, just little things to remind yourself, even something. It could even be something sentimental. So I think that's super important for it to be on there. Please note that getting clear on your vision takes decisiveness, and it also takes time. This isn't something that you can get up and just do overnight. Like, yeah, it would be great if we all got up and decided that, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna be. But the thing is, with life and with self-development and just like learning about who you are as a person, all those things are revealed to you over time. So yeah, it would be great to wake up today and say, I'm gonna make a vision board, and I'm just gonna slap a bunch of images on there of things that I think I want. What is it that you truly want? What is it that you truly desire? What is it that you truly value? I think those are the things that we should stop and think about before we decide to focus our energies on things, you know? That's what I think, you know? I try to put it this way when I'm talking to myself and trying to figure things out. What is it? What's so important to me that I want to have or to experience in this life before I go? Like, what is like a non-negotiable for me? I mean, obviously, like, we don't know when life decides to, but we have the time. If we have the time, what is it that you would love to experience before you call it quits? And that's how I think. Like, what is it that I want? What is it that means the most to me? What would I prioritize over the other things that I'm told that I should want? And you think about that, you write it down, you journal, whatever, and then you put that shit on your board. Like, it's your life. When thinking about the vision you have for your life, try your best to develop this ideal vision without any doubts or any criticisms that you think you might receive on the way. So we all have that voice inside our heads that we've been conditioned to have. It's not our voice necessarily, but it's a voice that society basically has molded in our brains, that if you're gonna do a certain thing or do it in a certain way, you're gonna be judged or you're gonna be criticized. And just know that that's not your voice, because if there's something that you want to do, you can do it. Just put it down. Like, this is your time to be selfish. Like, this is your time to be unapologetically you, without anybody trying to talk any negative words or energies into your dreams, into your desires, into your reality. You don't want that. So when you're trying to figure out all of these things that you want, the life that you want for yourself, think big and be selfish. Truth be told, if I wasn't selfish in my younger years at some pivotal points in my life, I don't think I would have been here to be able to sit down and like even think this way and have this kind of conversation with myself on the camera. I don't think I'd be able to do that if I wasn't selfish, you know. Try to get as specific as possible when vision boarding. So don't just slap an image on there and then a month, 2 months down the line, you're looking at it, you're like, wait, what was that picture for? What is that about again? Was it the, you know, it's kind of like, be as specific as possible. So when you look at that, you know exactly what that's about, you know? Don't just put like a plain window. Put the destination, put the city, put the food that you want to eat, you know? Really try to envision this life as much as possible in your head, and then put that down. So when you look at it, you're like, I want that meal right there, and I'm gonna get it. So whatever it takes, it's gonna take me sitting at a window seat, sure, but I know what I'm gonna go get. I've been thinking about my vision board, and I've been thinking about the things that I want to put on there. So I also want to include affirmations on mine, because there are days when it's just hard. Like, I don't want to do anything. But if I know that I'm gonna walk by and see that thing, and then see that quote or that note or a poem or anything that reminds me of my purpose or my dreams or the reason why I should push through, or anything that's just motivating, I want to put that on there. But let me tell you something, just simply putting a quote that says you got this, that's not gonna do anything for me. I'm gonna be like, yeah, sure, I don't got this. But you know, like a little something that really touches your soul and like hits your core, and when you read it, you're like, you know what, yeah, I really should do something today. So I just basically run through a lot of tips and like just my little philosophy on the vision. And in the rest of the video, you guys are gonna see me attacking my board. This frame here is really big, and you'll see me put it up on the wall. Now, also, when it comes on to where you're gonna put your board or your book or whatever it is, placement is really important. So for me, I'm gonna put this frame on, I'll show you later in the video, but it's basically gonna be at a spot where every morning when I wake up, I literally walk by there. I know I'll see it. So it's gonna be at a spot where I'm gonna see it the first thing I wake up, before I have my morning coffee, before I sit down to do anything. That's where my board is gonna be. So the first thing I did was measure the frame that I wanted to use to get a good estimate of the best dimensions for the pictures that I was gonna print. The frame turned out to be a 20 by 20 frame. So I made the pictures about like 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches. Once I got a good idea of the dimensions I wanted to use, I went ahead and I reviewed the pictures that I had pinned to my Pinterest board. Over time, I kind of just collected some pictures and reviewed them over and over so I could have the most compelling images that really connected with me and for what I wanted for my vision, and what made me actually like feel motivated. So once I okayed them, I downloaded them to create a PDF document. I don't have a printer at home, so I sent the documents to my closest FedEx to be printed. It turned out to be $15.52 for 15 pages. To be honest, the fun part was arranging all the pictures on the board. I tried to do it in the most eye-catching and attention-grabbing way as possible. I think it turned out pretty amazing. I mean, it looks so beautiful on the wall. It looks like a piece of art, which it really is supposed to be. It's supposed to inspire you like art does. So yeah, that is my mood board. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and a comment below. I'll see you guys in my next video.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be.